Okay, so arguments. So what happens when we set rules, we set boundaries, we give clear commands? What can happen? I don't want to do that. You've not asked my sister to do it. That's not fair. I hate you. No, I'm not doing it. The argument. What is the function of an argument? Why are children doing it? Well, they're expressing that they don't want to do something. They might be feeling frustrated and they're expressing that. What they're also doing is they are distracting you from the task at hand. It's very skillful. Make your bed, please. It's over here. Your attention is over here. I want you to make your bed. I don't want to do it. I'm going to give you loads of lips so your attention gets taken over here. What have I told you? No, I'm not arguing about this. Why do we always have to argue? Oh my God, can't you just do it for once? How many times do we have this conversation? You're doing my head in now. Just get it done. Your attention isn't on the bed making anymore. It's on the, I'm going to win this argument because I'm the adult and you're the child and I have to win the argument. And the child's like, well, I'm pushing the boundaries, so I have to win the argument. You're not going to get the last, word in. You always have to have the last word. Child's like, no, you always have to have the last word. How does that feel when you get dragged into that argument? It's awful, isn't it? Nothing gets achieved. You just end up in a bad mood with each other. And also, your child's not had to do or has delayed having to make their bed. It's a very, very skillful tactic it's a delay tactic. So what I want you to keep in mind is if your child is arguing, don't get involved. It's going to be really hard. What can you say to yourself to stop you from getting involved? How do you know that your child is getting drawn into it? How do you know that your child is drawing you into an argument? Each child does it differently. You know your child. Have a little think. What can you say to yourself to make you go, I know what they're doing. They're trying to distract me. Here's another point about arguing as well. They try and draw you into an argument. You respond. You've caught the bait. They've got your hook, line, and sinker. You are then giving your attention. Think about that attention rule. Where is your attention? They are getting all your attention for the arguing. I'm going to give you some lip. I'm going to talk back. I'm going to give you attitude. And you're going to get all your attention. They're going to get all your attention because you are just going to be locked in this argument. So therefore, if we think about a behaviour is reinforced by the attention that it receives, what's that teaching them about arguing? Get your attention. Right? So what do we want to give them attention for instead? Making the bed. So it's really hard. How can we not give attention to the arguing? And we're going to think about that in a little minute. What I also want to think about is that modelling principle. If you start to argue back, what are they learning from you? They are learning to be really skilled arguers. You are just by you arguing back with them, you are teaching them how to argue. How does that feel? Taught them, they're learning. Every little interaction they are learning, they are processing how to then win the argument. How does mum win the argument? How does dad win the argument? How does my brother win the argument? How does my friend win the argument? I'm going to learn how to win the argument. So we need to avoid arguments. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do another video because now we're going to move up the pyramid to the most glorious of strategies and one of the hardest of strategies, ignoring. Okay? See you in a bit.